And okay, there we go. Yep. So you can continue this conversation since we are now live.
Not having a drinking cabinet, but just having like a drinking shelf where I keep all my liquor because I just need it available without having to like go through the hassle of opening doors.
I can hardly open doors when I'm sober. Can you imagine me trying to open one when I'm fucking drunk?
Especially if they were glass and you just stick your hand right through it by accident.
I lose more liquor cabinets that way. To be fair, I think that's part of the reason why the bar I go to doesn't shut their door after like 10 p.m. is because they had too many drunks like fall through it. They still have the bouncer at the door, but they don't have the door shut. Yeah, exactly. Like just gotta like I'm just gonna push through the door and of course it's shut or whatever, and they just like put their hand through the panel or whatever because it's got like the like each individual panel is glass.
Oh yeah, what kind of bar has a glass door? You need to have that be like solid so the outside world can't see what you're doing in there.
The kind of place where we're not doing fucking methamphetamine and banging trap hookers in it. What the fuck do they do where you live?
So it's not my kind of place.
Well, I mean, the place behind it is. That's what the dumpster is in the back is for, all right? We are classy people.
Well, what about if like you're
That's
just
also,
just
that's
gonna
also
get
what the
drunk?
Walmart
Like
is for.
you don't want outside light coming in. You need to be like it needs to be dark in the middle of the afternoon so you can like drink in peace.
Drink without guilt. It is night as I consume this beer at noon.
It's like the Bat Cave, but for liquor.
To be fair, I have actually done that before. Well, I haven't not have done that before. I do that on the weekend sometimes. Like I live down in the lower level, so if I want it dark, I just turn my light off and like pull the curtain down over the half window.
And just have
Oh yeah, it gets pitch black. It just gets pitch black in here.
it's nighttime. It's happy hour right now.
Exactly. Yeah, looks like beer 30 to me. Crack one open, start drinking. And then at like 3 o'clock, I realized I haven't eaten anything. I was like, oh, I'm really, really hungry, but I don't know if I should be cooking right now.
Well, I guess it's one of the main things that causes people's houses fires is getting drunk and trying to cook.
I'm not surprised.
But you got to be prepared
I'm
for
not
that. That's
surprised.
why you have like a rice cooker, so you can just like throw some rice in there and just have like food without actually having to take care of it.
Yeah, I got a bunch of like microwavable, like quick meals and shit like that I can make in it, and even when I'm shit faced.
Oh, but that
But
feels
I have
disgusting.
like it is disgusting. But when you're drunk, do you really care?
A little bit. I guess a lot less than normal, but
When I wake up, I care. When I wake up, I'm like, what is this brick in my stomach, and why does it feel like shit?
well, it's like you
Oh, that's
ordered.
right. It's because I ate a whole ramen last night.
Well, you got to flip a coin, and then it's like it decides whether you get like a stomach ache or diarrhea. Like, oh.
Oh, diarrhea. Taco Bell it is. I'm walking there, no, though not driving,
Yeah.
which actually has happened before.
I guess it depends on how far you are from a Taco Bell because drunk walking is actually less safe for you than drunk driving. Like they've done studies where
What?
like if you walk, it's safer for you, but if you drive, you're more likely to kill other people. So it's like they did a whole thing about it in Freakonomics. I guess a lot of people just walk out into the street and get hit by cars when they're drunk. It's like a whole big thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna ask if it was before you said the comment on walking into the street. I was gonna ask if it's from walking out into the street or like passing out in the middle of the night when it's like sub-zero temperatures. Because where we live, it's not too hard to believe. You're absolutely shit faced. You're walking to wherever the hell you need to go, and you just like pass the fuck out.
Oh, or you just go to take a nap behind somebody's parked car and then they just back up over you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it in the least. Well, to be fair, I guess I feel I would if I had to choose at the end of the day, gun to my head, walking, because then it's only my life I'm fucking over. You know, so I decided to do something stupid and ran into somebody's car and killed them or killed them and their kid or seriously injured them or whatever. No, that's the last thing I need in my conscience.
Oh yeah, but what kind of kids are out at like 2 o'clock in the morning? Yeah. You're just gonna run into somebody else who's drunk.
And somebody else's, some kids that are selling fucking smack. They deserved it. Not on my streets.
I had to take them out. They were drug dealers.
You gotta remember that one woman Sarah introduced us to on with her tweet. Well, I feel like I was compelled to sign the contract. I felt like I didn't have a choice. I thought the 6-year-old was smelling. I thought he was selling heroin on the corner. I had to run him over.
Oh yeah, that was epic. The thought angry at James Franco for having to get naked on camera.
Yeah, $100 a day.
I'd be pissed off at the $100 a day. That's like Walmart money right there. That's not like.
Not even like working as a cashier, you make more than that. And I mean, depending on what state you live in, obviously, but where I'm from, you make more in a day as a cashier in Walmart, base level than that. That's just terrible.
I don't know, if you're getting $100 a day, you could be like a stripper and make like $100 an hour.
Yeah, right? Or you can become a cam whore on Twitch or something. Jesus.
Or just be like an actual actress and like not just be like background ass.
Yeah, right?
I mean, if you're in the $100 a day, you're not somebody who's actually talking in the movie. You're just like background ass.
just show us that ass. We don't want to hear you talk. Just show us that ass. Did you see what Somi says in the chat?
No, I mean, I need to bring the chat up. Oh, there you go. It wasn't showing up on my. Oh, Onision made a video about it.
Oh my god, Onision. Just go die in a hole already, please.
Oh no, Shane Dawson, that's what he's talking about. I don't even know who Shane Dawson is.
He's a relatively popular YouTuber. He doesn't do anything like political or anything, I don't think. I think he just does kind of like, stupid shit, kind of.
Is it this guy?
But
talentless
hack? Does he have a lazy eye, or is that one just squinted really bad?
I think he had a stroke. That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay. No, as far as Onision goes, though, or Onision, Onion Cunt. As far as Onion Cunt goes, it really depresses me when people say the word emo, and that is like one of the first things that comes to mind is that fucking twink of a faggot.
Oh, he's not emo. Dude, it's got to be rough though when somebody Googles your name and talentless hack is the first thing that comes up.
To be fair, he makes quite a bit of money probably on a regular basis, so he's probably not feeling too bad about it.
Crying all the way to the bank.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna wash down. I'm gonna rub my tears with my $100 bills.
Or at least when you Google his name, he's the one who actually shows up. If you Google mine, jack shit shows up. Like,
fair enough. I'm afraid to Google mine and see what happens. Come to find out, it's a fucking mass murder in Britain or something. Oh shit! Oh, I gotta go and hide him now. But Jesus, Onion Cunt won't. I added the Onion Cunt. Onion Cunt won't shut the fuck up over him. Of course he won't. The guy does everything he can to do to get a reaction. I mean, look how long you fucked with Blair White.
Yo, Onision's channel is like spiraling. This video will probably get more views than like his latest one. He's just like, he's got so many subscribers, but nobody actually watches his videos. He's like 95% disconnect. Like 95% of the people who are subs never watch his videos. They're all dead accounts.
It's kind of an insult when you're saying this is going to get more views in this next video. Well, ha! It's a good burn. Not sure it's burned towards, but it's a good burn. Well, I know who it's against, considering he's got what, couple million subs. I'm sitting over here in my 80s, and I'm getting more views than the guy's like, ha! You suck.
You got 80, but you're getting 80 views on your video. Like
That's because I show my dick.
everyone's waiting.
Exactly. They're like, what's gonna happen? It's one of those cliffhanger things. I'm gonna start leaving it like a blurred picture at the end, just like it slowly gets clearer and clearer the closer I get to 100 subs.
Where you just gotta end everyone with, and every episode ends with, and I'm about to show my dick, and then it cuts off real quick.
Oh, sorry, technical difficulties. I need 1,000 subs and super chats to be able to fund a better camera for the live action view of it.
You gotta go to the Agnosis Paradigm Pornhub site to see that.
Yeah, go to Agnosis Paradigm Pornhub channel to see my dick. And maybe other dicks.
Other dicks. There may or may not be trap dicks.
Well, not to say that there may or may not be, but I may or may not have a terabyte worth of pictures of a certain traps porn dicks. Not gonna name any names. Azu.
I was gonna say Blair White, but I guess Azu's just as good.
Oh, no, I keep those myself. I mean, wait, what? Where'd I go just now?
Oh, you're finally reached fame when like fake dick pics of you come out on the internet.
I know, especially you're speaking about Blair, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine being like a guy that is actually that infatuated with Blair White? You're like, Blair White's dick. You type that in unironically to actually see what it looks like. I'm sorry, but that's gay.
So when I do it, though, it's ironic. It's not like...
Yeah, I do it ironically, all right?
I ironically jerk off to it. It's...
You're supposed to laugh while you come when you do it ironically.
Don't you understand sarcasm?
Sarcasm fapping, the new sensation that's sweeping the nation.
Sarcasm fapping.
Hashtag PewDiePie of Pornhub. That is still my that and the hashtag Jigsaw did nothing wrong.
I mean, I'm gonna rebroadcast this onto my Pornhub channel.
Yeah, right. Give me Pornhub subs right now.
Go to Gmoney Inthebank, Pornhub.com.
Help me get to 150 viewers per day, and it will show Agnosis Paradigm's dick. You sold me out, you son of a bitch!
So no, I wasn't fast enough on the screen grab. Had my hands busy. Blair sent Onision artwork of her raping him.
No, this is gonna sound gay, but that's kind of hot. Yeah, that was pretty gay.
Oh, I don't see the picture coming up when I Googled it.
I think she sent it to him, like, personally.
Oh, that's cool.
She might have
have, it looks like it doesn't have nakedness, so you can actually show it. Let me see. Bring this up.
Oh, that didn't even count then. I can't fap to that.
Well, I mean, you might be able to. That's ready for.
I can work with this.
Well, maybe there's a whole series of them if that's round 3. I haven't been keeping up on that.
The funny part about it is that she did put the quotations around the raping part of it. It's like, yeah, nowhere does it say that he's not liking it.
The only thing to be offended about that is the okay sign.
Yeah, obviously, she's doing it for the pride of the white people. For those of you out there, this is the WPP. This is the WPP, the White Power Podcast. Legit. It actually sounds like it would be a legitimate news station too. And welcome back to WPP, where we talk about all things white power. Wow, that took a fucking dark turn, real fucking quick.
So this is I'm saying this is the Ethnospace on the Moon channel. So we're white moon for white people.
White. Gee, be careful saying that shit. Next thing you know, I'm gonna end up on fucking right-wing watch, and I've been calling the moon a fucking hate symbol.
Just wait till I start cutting out to just Moon Man.
We need to have a serious talk about the moon Jew lizard farmer question here. We need to get some serious YouTube credentialed scientists. Fright power, all hail blue whale. Fright power is the only power, unless you're dealing with fusion power. That's a power too. It's not made of fucking ghosts, damn it.
That's gonna be my new avatar.
Do you have one with the Junos?
That's actually the Earth in the background because he's on the moon. That's
you gotta get one with the Juno so we can talk about the moon Jew troubles. We need to have a legitimate talk about the moon Jew problems.
Well, you know about Moon Man though, right? The actual the thing, Moon Man.
Yeah, I know about that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say yeah.
Not that out of the loop, Jesus.
That's actually a meme that's already gone stale, though. It's already been too long.
You give it some time; it'll come back up again.
Oh no, that's pretty.
Yeah,
pretty specific meme that I don't think it's.
Oh, that's the best part. You just gotta post it in random places with no context.
It's like Harambe. I saw Ben Shapiro tweeted something about Harambe, and I was like, "Oh, Ben, your memes are so stale." Like, that's like
we know. You've been hanging out in the synagogue for a while, but come on, dude, you gotta have Wi-Fi in that thing. I mean, the thing's 50 feet tall. Put an antenna on top of it, Jesus.
Like for an internet personality, he should at least know about what the latest memes are. He should have made it the Ugandan Knuckles joke instead of the Harambe.
Apparently, Somi thinks that we're harassing poor Ben. Hey, I'll have you know that Ben can take care of himself. He's highly skilled in the art of jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
But I'm getting one of those noise machines that makes that sound whenever I want it to.
Oh my god, don't do that. That's cringe. That's
yeah, I know, that's why I want to do it. Because everybody's like, no, please, no. It's like, I'm gonna rape your ears.
Oh. It's so cringy.
Actually, if that's not true, if I was really gonna rape your ears, I turn on screen share and start playing Justin Bieber and just unplug my headphones and just let it play.
Oh, Justin Bieber is quick enough. He'd copyright strike that down. The army he's got Bieber army. Sarah would find out and have Bieber sue us.
I'd be nuked the minute the screen share started.
Yeah. All I know is he crashed a Veyron, and that's like killing a unicorn. So he's a piece of shit. Yeah,
you crash a Veyron. There's not, you're not going to hell. You're not going to heaven. You're not going to purgatory. You're just, you're coming back as a leech. That's it. That's the only life you got looking forward to you.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know if you saw this thing where they got ICE agents are going around and busting people at 7-Elevens. I feel like there's a thank you come again joke that I'm just right on the edge of putting together, but I like.
Ooh, agent. I'm harder than Kunta Kinte at a Merle Haggard concert right now. I don't think the audience is gonna get that one. No, I saw the article. I have it tagged in one of my folders, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet. But the reality is, the guy comes. They come in. They get the guy, and then they leave him. And then the next guy in the back room, he's like, "Oh, shift starts early means I get overtime. Thank you. Come again." It's not when I'm working. They don't get paid overtime.
There's a 7-Eleven by my house, and the guy has a sixth finger, and it's the grossest thing ever because it doesn't stick out in like a normal spot. It's like a little weird mini finger that sticks out the side of his thumb. It's like every time he goes to like hand me money back, I'm like, don't touch me with your little weird baby finger. Like,
no, use the other hand.
Use the other hand. I'll pay with check. I'm gonna use the card. Use the card. Debit card. Here you go.
Yeah. I won't give you 200. I only have cash. I will give you $50 for this $2 pack of gum if you give me my money back with your good hand.
Just get the candy out into the parking lot and just throw it in the garbage. Like, weird finger touched it.
It's violated. Why won't you eat it? I don't know. I'm afraid if I eat it, I'll get warts in my stomach or something.
I'm just gonna whatever caused that sixth finger is gonna start happening to me.
And start growing extra body parts where they don't belong. Oh, Jesus Christ, I got a uterus in my pancreas. This doesn't even make sense.
It'd be amazing if he actually watches this and he's like, what a dick. That guy think
That's easy.
I got Cheetos today in the mail. I don't know. I always thought Cheetos were kind of gross. Like,
I mean, I like them, but I don't understand. I mean, I guess in her situation, she's from Ireland, so she doesn't, get them. Is like can't walk down to any vending machine in any area and just get a bag of Cheetos whenever she wants.
Yeah.
So you never answered me. What ethnicity was he?
Oh, he's Indian.
Wait, it was Indian?
Yeah.
I was about to say you better hope he's not Middle Eastern. He's gonna watch this video and Allahu Akbar your house.
Oh no, he's like super Indian too. He's got like more Indian than Apu. It's like he's almost like a cartoon character of an Indian person in every way possible. Like
you get within a block of the 7-Eleven, you're like, I smell curry.
Yeah. I've seen him in there eating like the like Indian food. Like you could smell the curry. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I love curry.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I love it. I think it's delicious.
Not like an Indian food. It's like something that the British made so they could have something that tasted like Indian food, and then it got back to India, and then Indians started eating it.
Oh really?
At least that's what Elton Brown, that like Food Channel guy, says.
Is he a YouTube scientist though?
I don't know. I'm sure he has a YouTube channel. I don't know if he might be a YouTube molecular gastronomer.
Yeah. You know the funny part about that is, I would not be surprised.
Let's see if
he said it, therefore it must be true.
Oh, that's weird. Elton Brown brings up like a football player.
Is he black?
Yeah.
You kind of figured the last name like Brown.
Oh man, Elton Brown's been getting sort of like a really creepy look to him lately. Like that's like a.
That looks like I need to close my window tonight.
Yeah, that's a hide your kids, hide your wife kind of like face.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, and duct tape your butthole shut. Next thing you know, you can't find those other two. It's gonna come for you next. Man's got a bone to pick. He's getting shoved. It looks like
he's run out of food to eat, and now he's just eating ass. It's like
I've tasted every delicacy there is on the planet. Now I go to eating every ass on the planet. I'm gonna rape you, bitch. This Indian man's butthole tastes a lot like a lot of the spices they use in their native homeland. He walks, he leaves. Thank you, come again. Oh. Butt stuff. Why, of course, it always devolves to the butt stuff around here. When does it not?
Oh, it looks like Andy started streaming like right when we started. What a bastard.
I saw the notification for him. I was like, you fucking cunt.
I should have spammed the link to this in the chat because I'm a mod, so just like...
Just go here.
kind of hoping that people start calling JF Down syndrome Adam Sandler, but it doesn't seem like it's taken off.
I don't have anything against JF as a person. I don't find him entertaining. Like, I really don't. I find his accent, I find the way that he talks to be. It's probably because he doesn't speak English. Obviously he's French, but it's like, it's at the same time, it's like he speaks.
He's Canadian.
He speaks. Oh, is he
Canadian? Or was he French and then moved to Canada? I don't know.
I thought he was some iteration of French, maybe French Canadian.
Oh, I don't know.
Somi says he's totally planned it because he's shook by your channel. Yes, definitely. All those views I be raking in all the time. Then he banned me, the fucking dickbag.
Well, he did let you back in, though. I mean, it's not like he banned you and then he
let me back in because I'm the only one that has the cure for the PCVD I gave him with all the dick pics I sent him.
Gave him super AIDS.
You want the antidote? You let me back in, bitch. No, but when it comes to JF, like, I can't listen to him. He fucking bores the shit out of me. Like, I understand the language barrier, but he's so fucking slow. And when he talks, and I don't like his accent at all. I really don't. But that's not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying I just don't like his fucking accent.
Like, he's kind of a twat. Like, the way he like argues about everything. Like, maybe not necessarily the way, but it's like the whole ethno state is like a stupid idea. So it's kind of like taints my view of him.
Yeah, he said taint.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's taint quite the ass.
Sammy's going to bed.
Yeah, it's fucking almost 3 in the morning over there.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from when it comes to, like, with JF. Even though the ethno state is agreeably retarded, there are certain circumstances where I find myself agreeing with them, not necessarily in regards to the ethno state, but other topics, like the concept of open migration. Like, I don't agree with that at all. Of course not. It's fucking dumb. Just as dumb as the concept of an ethno state is.
Well, the whole thing is, the whole ethno state is pretty much we was Kangs, but like for white people. It's like, we was Kangs. Like, yeah, no, 99% of all white people were peasants and like couldn't read and like pooped in a bucket and then dumped it in their backyard. It's not like
thanks for
like they probably didn't even have a bucket. Maybe like 95% were just like pooping on the ground.
Pooped in their hand, threw it out the window. Usual stuff. It's Sunday shit.
Well, I mean, toilet paper is a new thing, so I mean, the vast majority of white people just wipe their ass with their hand. I mean,
well, in regards also to the ethno state, I have a question. So, like, what do you consider like white? Are you talking about like Anglo-Saxon, or are you talking about like pure Coscoloid? Because
okay, Sargon.
Well, there is an argument to be made there, because if you really want to have a talk about ethno states, there are going to be certain people that do have a purity test for you. Because there are that fringe group. I'm not saying that the concept of an ethno state is going to lead to it. I'm just saying you are putting yourself in a situation for a slippery slope.
I think it's kind of just like any way you want to describe it, like it's stupid. So it's kind of like however you describe it doesn't really matter. Like who gets in and who gets out doesn't make it like right or wrong or better or worse. So it's like
fair enough.
It's kind of like the whole. I kind of get like Bunty King, where it's like, well, I wouldn't be in the ethno state, so I don't like it. Like, well, who cares if you're in the ethno state or not? It's still a stupid idea. It doesn't make it like, oh, well, Bunty King's not invited, so we better like cancel the ethno state.
Bunty King's not invited. We better cancel the ethno state. He might Allahu Akbar it.
Well,
I mean, it's always a possibility.
I guess. I mean, for as much as like for as much as people from India and people from Pakistan like to act like they're different, they're so close that it's like 100 years ago they were the same country.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure even like 50 years ago they just like separated after World War II and they had a civil war.
Yeah,
The
I
whole,
can't. I can't.
hmm?
Go ahead.
Oh, the whole thing was like one big country, like Pakistan and India were all like part of the British controlled region.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't really confirm that 100% off the top of my head, but that does sound right. Like I do vaguely remember reading about that. The like when you look at the Asian cultures, for example, we talk about like Japan, South Korea, North Korea, China, and to a lesser extent maybe like Vietnam and Thailand. Like they all act like they have their own different cultures, which the cultures are a little bit different, but they all still have like certain values that are at the core of what drives the rest of the culture as well. And they are quite similar in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah, but there's so much genetic carryover that it's like a person from China and a person from Japan like might look slightly different, but it's like you're the same. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, then again, you and I would look slightly different too, but at the same time, we're not that different.
there's a joke about that in the movie. Was it Bruno, where he has this whole song and it's like, you're all basically Chinese.
Oh fuck are you? I am Japanese.
But it's like,
It is really fucking hilarious to me. It's like it reminds me of like I hate Family Guy, but they did make a really good joke once. I remember is like that's like hanging out. That's like going to China with your best white friend, and you're trying to find each other in a crowded Chinese plaza. Jim, where are you, Jim? Hi, I'm over here. Oh, there you are. You're fucking
oh,
looking
over the
over the
top of
tops of the
everyone.
rest of them. It was like, yeah, it's funny. Of course, it's fucking funny. Asians are short. They're shorter. It's offensive. Yeah. Well, if it wasn't offensive, it wouldn't be funny. So fuck you.
Oh yeah, they like to. I don't know. I feel like the whole thing is like, there's a lot of people who just like, uh, it's gotten like to the point where everyone used to have a group up until like 30 or 40 years ago, and then now everyone's like struggling to figure out what group they get to be in. Like, it's like, well, I want to be my ethno state group, or like, I'm going to be a gay fish, or like a trainee or whatever, because I got to have my group.
But I am a gay fish. I like fish sticks.
Fish sticks.
There's an old school South Park reference for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see where you're coming from. And even though like I talk about politics and I profess myself to be a libertarian, it's like I don't consider myself part of that group. I distance myself from them because some of them speak fucking hysteria. They want like open borders, just open abortion and all that other shit. And it's like, no. But at the end of the day, if somebody asks my political views, I have to be like, all right, if I had to choose.
I mean, the only problem with open borders is open borders and the welfare state. Like,
Yeah, my sister actually, who actually introduced me to the Libertarian Party. She's less of a libertarian now than I am, but she was saying that we had a discussion, I think 2 Sundays ago about open borders, and I was staunchly against it. And she's like, "Oh, think about it. If you got rid of the welfare state, why do they come here?" And I'm like, I thought about it. And I was like, actually, I might have been more than 2 weeks ago, but regardless, it was what changed my mind. I was like, actually, I can agree with that. If we got rid of the welfare state, I would have no issue whatsoever with open borders. But then again, what purpose would there be to come here then?
well, it just brings in people who are actually like successful. Like,
Well, yeah, it brings in. I agree entirely. It brings in the people that they want to come here and they want to make money, like doing a legitimate job. Like let's the people with higher education or trade, for example.
well, it's like the people from Nigeria. Like, Nigerians have like a huge track record of success in the U.S. and Canada, because the only people who can ever move from Nigeria to the U.S. are successful people. So it's like,
No,
we're getting all the best
Yeah.
Nigerians. It's like, oh, you were a doctor in Nigeria? Come on in. Like, oh,
Well,
you live in a
that's
mud
like,
hut and poop in a ditch? Like, you can stay. Like, let's just keep the velvet rope, like the VIP. Like,
well,
you can't figure out how to use a toilet, stay in your own country. Like, successful, come on in. Let's pop bottles of
come over in a
champagne.
few. Come over in a few hundred years, and your heads are bigger. Well, that's a joke I make all the time. I was like, all of us humans are down here squabbling. There's like some interstellar traveling species. Obviously, I'm fucking joking, but I guess it could always be a possibility. Like not even 200 years ago, like 50 years ago, they came over and they came down to the planet for like gas or whatever fuel they use. And look at the planet, like, nope, nope. We'll come back in 10,000 years when your heads are bigger. You're not fighting amongst yourselves for stupid shit.
Well, I like to think that the whole idea that there's like a bunch of aliens is that like there was billions of years where they could have visited us, saw nothing, and then just left. Like oh, well, there's nothing here. Okay, bye. Like,
Who? Dinosaurs. Giant reptiles. I bet this would be fun to hunt. And this whole time you thought it was an asteroid.
it's like, why would they specifically be here at this time? Plus, I think the whole idea of aliens is kind of stupid, but that's beside the point. Like,
Yeah, it'd be hard for us to be convinced that we were the only intelligent, and I use the term intelligent lightly, intelligent life form in the entire universe.
I think it's a big enough punch bowl that like they could be in their own, doing their own thing, and not have any like even way of knowing that we're here. Like it'd be
I
that
see where you're
there's like
coming
something
from.
else out there, and they care enough about us to like exert the energy and effort to like get here. Like,
Well, yeah, and at that point, also, if that species is able to exert that energy to get here, what purpose will they have to visit us? Like we we can't even make it to Mars or Venus. Well, we can make it, but the fact of the matter is, we can't make it there and back efficiently. For them, if they have the ability to travel, from 4 or 5 galaxies over, 5 houses next door, but we can't even leave our fucking driveway. What would be the fucking point of coming here? What, to probe our butt? The fuck could they possibly learn from an anus?
well, to be fair though, if you did find an alien, wouldn't you probe its butt? Like,
That depends.
I wonder what's in here.
Is it awake?
Is it awake?
B, how big is the gun it's holding? And C, does it even have a butthole?
If the alien doesn't have a butthole, they can stay the fuck back in wherever planet they came from.
We don't trust folks without anuses around here.
Like, oh, you don't have a butthole? This just
you could give us the secret. You could give us the secret to eternal life, but I also like my butt.
An eternal life without butt stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be like, somehow be able to speak English. Be like, why don't you guys want to live without your butts? Have you ever tried anal?
I thought that's why you aliens were all coming over here in the first place.
Yeah, right. I thought you were coming over here for tight anuses. It's basically like porn. It's basically like interstellar Pornhub bestiality edition at that point.
And it's like even the stuff we're sending out as like radio waves, like I can barely pick up like radio waves from the town over. Like, am I gonna like everything we send out is just like a fart in the wind out into outer space? Like oh, they'll find us from our TV broadcasts. Like our TV broadcasts are like a billionth the like background, like when you get a tiny distance away.
Yeah, well, you gotta remember that every star, depending on the size of the star, every planet, depending on the size of the planet, every celestial body has its own background sound. I mean, some of them sound super fucking creepy too.
I don't know. I've never listened to it.
I think if you look it up, you can actually like I don't know about outside of the our solar system, the internal. I guess it's 8 now, but 9 if you include Pluto. It's like there's one of them that sounds really fucking weird. I think it might have been one. I think it might actually be one of the moons around Jupiter. That sounds really creepy. I don't know. I looked up, not looked up, but I watched a list about it a while ago. It was like fucking creepy as shit. It sounded like it sounded like alien technology is actually what it sounded like, but like distorted a little bit.
I don't know. Whatever they're doing to make it into an actual sound, though, they're taking so much liberties with that because, like,
True. This is also true.
it's not an audio sound that's coming off of it because, sound in space doesn't like transmit.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like obviously every body gives off at least a little bit of sound. It has to. I mean, you'd imagine radio wave wise.
Oh, I guess, yeah, radio waves. But, I mean, in terms of actual sound, like...
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Sound waves, not radio waves. My bad. Yeah, it's still... I see where you're coming from, though. It's just like, I think somebody just farted at us. What should we do? Fart back immediately.
Well, I mean, even though it's like... the noise that we're putting out is like just a fart in the wind. Like somebody across the room isn't going to even know you farted.
Well, they might when the smell hits them.
Well, I guess maybe they might be able to detect our nuclear bombs because they're a pretty big spike. But even that, just like the further you go, it decreases exponentially. So it's like by the time you're at the edge of the solar system, you hear nothing.
Yeah, this is true. But you're also basing this upon I'm playing the devil's advocate. Obviously, I don't disagree with you and disagree with you at all. I'm just conspiracy theorizing. We'll say not playing the devil's advocate, but we'll say that you're basing this off the technology that we have. So they have the ability to travel interstellar. We'll say, would they not have better listening equipment as well? I mean, obviously, that's not to say that they'd actually be using it or have it for that matter. But their argument could be made.
Oh, I guess, yeah. I mean, then it would also hear the background noise louder too, though.
Assuming they didn't have ability to filter it out.
Yeah. But even then, like, all the stuff we send out would just make them not want to come here. They'd be like, "Ooh, reality TV shows, gotta pass." Like, this is what those assholes are doing on Earth. Like, let's leave them be.
Oh my god, they get like a fucking episode of like fucking Jersey Shore or some shit, and they're like, "Well, we said we'd visit them in about 1,000 years. It looks like it's gonna be about 5,000 at this rate because they keep going downhill. It doesn't look like it's slowing down."
The first things that got sent out were like in the World War II era, so like there's a good chance if any aliens show up, it's because they're down with Hitler, and they're like, "Oh man, we saw that guy on all those TV shows. He was really cool."
So when do we start Zigu stepping?
Yeah, we have no idea what he said, but he does that really cool thing with his arms.
That's it. I'm done. I'm out. See you later. That's it. I'm leaving the world. That's what happens. Aliens get out and be like, when do we start Zigu stepping? That's it. I'm out. That's it. Fuck this shit. I'm done.
That would make a pretty awesome science fiction B movie, though, that the aliens show up and they're actually like really down with Hitler.
They show as soon the closer that they get to Earth, like the more signals they start getting like the internet, like the whole fucking side. It's like, oh, Hitler didn't do nothing wrong. And they show like Hitler didn't do nothing. they're all wearing like fucking Pepe masks and everything. We show up as the alt-right Kyrgyzstani refugees. When I thought we were taking refugees, I didn't realize we were this fucking ugly. Oh, Mr. Thandaro's in the chat. He must have came here to troll us.
Oh.
It's alright. I know how to handle that. I'll give him a wrench just because I'm a nice guy.
Are we about to get a bunch of Ugandans spitting at us and asking us if we know the way?
do you know the way to the local alt-right meeting?
Or did
Yes,
Dvorsky Live just
that
end?
way.
Are we finally going to get the Dvorsky Live bump when it ends?
Oh Jesus. I don't think so because it's only been like it's only been like an hour and 15 minutes, so there's no way that happened.
Yeah, it hasn't been 4 hours yet.
Yeah, there is no way I'm gonna be able to get guests together to fucking pick up on a Dvorsky bump when he streams for 4 hours straight now.
Well, no, because if it actually ended, I was going to spam our link in the chat, but.
Yeah, right. Fucking mute me, motherfuckers! I dare you. Oh wait, you can't.
Yeah, we just got to get like a troll account to go over and convince the Kumite to troll us so we can actually like.
Have a huge fucking following, like 60 people. There's 60 people bad mouthing us in the chat right now. Yeah, 60 people, 60 people. What?
60 people's more.
It's like a $2 hooker.
It's like, they're all calling us gay, but at least like.
They're gay. Darling, you wish. I may be gay, but I ain't gay enough to sleep with your ass. I did that a little too well. I gotta stop taking those $5 jobs on the weekend. Wait, what?
I don't know. If I had more money, I'd do a lot of hilarious things with that Fiverr. But like, I don't want to waste $5 on just stupid shit. Like, PewDiePie did nothing wrong. There could be some hilarious things you could get people to do for $5 in like actual Uganda. Like, you know, it'd probably only take like $100 to get a nice Ugandan Knuckles real life troll army to show up somewhere and start spitting at people and like asking them if they know the way. Like,
do you know the way?
Like 200 or 300 people just showed up somewhere and doing that. It would probably make the news in Uganda. Like, American internet.
Next thing you know, I
money in the bank.
We're gonna end up on the international news. Hey, that's how you get the views. I thought it was funny because like as you came on, he's like, first thing he's like, oh, this is gonna get demonetized. I was like this was monetized to begin with. See, I got it all figured out. I can never get demonetized if I was never monetized. I got this shit down pat.
I'm just doing this as a carryover until Pornhub.
All right, I'm gonna take all of my 80 some odd subscribers from this. I'm just gonna be like, hey, you want to see that fabulous, miraculous, legendary cock you've been waiting for? Just go over to Pornhub. Link in the description.
Oh yeah, we might actually like get some Camcore money doing it too. I know, like, you can't super chat until you have 1,000, but you can Pornhub with no subscribers. So
see, legitimate. I'm serious talking here. Pornhub should make like an all they should call it like fucking HubTube or something, where it's just like an alternate to fucking.
What's the new Playboy? Pornhub needs to be the new Playboy, where like they actually have like non-porn stuff and like brand it, you know, like, because it was always the thing where like, oh, I'm reading the articles in the Playboy, like I'm just reading the articles on Pornhub.
Yeah, the articles, right?
The articles. I'm just reading the articles.
I am reading the articles. The fact that I have the actual porn in the other tab is irrelevant. Nothing clears my mind more than the sound of a trap moaning. I mean, a woman moaning.
Oh no, there's like plenty of like growth opportunity there. Like once you get the branding, like, you know, because Playboy's pretty much dead as far as like actually being a thing. You know, it's not like people aren't going to wear like, or a lot less people are buying bunny clothes.
Well,
Pornhub just needs a logo.
The reality of the situation is like, why would I spend money for porn when I can find it on the internet for free? And like, I get it, like, it's only like the clips of each individual show, but then again, I'm fucking polishing the one I go for here. I'm not watching it for the goddamn story. Like, cut to the scene where the dirty gets going on, and let's get this over with. I want to get this done. I want to flush the toilet, and I want to go back to Fallout 4. All right.
Hey, I don't need an hour and a half long video when it's going to be playing for 5 minutes at a time, anyways.
Then you get those really elaborate ones where they start, character development, and I'm like investing. And it's like I'm done jerking off. I was like, now I'm just sitting here watching this movie naked. That would just feel weird.
You get the trick ones where you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch this, and then like 3 minutes into it, she starts calling him uncle, and you're like, whoa, back up the train here, like.
No, I did that. You started off as like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this. Nope, I'm out, done.
I gotta bail, like.
I'm just freaky shit. That's some hometown stuff right there.
Like. Like a trap dick appearing, that like I can deal with, but like when the trap is for grandpa, it's like, whoa, I can't like.
I'm right with trap dick. It's when the trap dick gets involved with the grandpa that I start drawing the line. All right, get it straight.
This just went too far.
Everyone's got the cutoff line. It's funny though, because actually talking about the incest thing is true. Funny, true story from my childhood. There actually was somebody that I went to high school with who actually got his cousin pregnant. Kicker. They did it in a movie theater.
They were drunk. Like, and why would you ever admit that kind of things? Like,
they didn't admit it openly to begin with. What happened was turned out she was pregnant. Turned out two people saw them going shit-faced to the movie theater the night before. Not the night before, but 2 weeks before or something like that. And only after a series of insults and general degrading did they finally come out and say, yes, we fucked in the movie theater. Also, there was a video involved, I think, too. This is back before the internet age. The internet age really took off, so.
No. It makes it easier to hide it, just like.
Yeah, they had flip phones back then, so it's like, okay, so you have two amorphous blobs doing something looking sexual. Okay, and.
I knew you lived in the like sticks, but I didn't realize you lived in that kind of like.
Oh, before that was right.
Deliverance.
You want to squeal like a pig, boy?
On the set of Deliverance. I was gonna say, did they know it was cousins because it came out with a third arm or something?
No, the Deliverance happened in Georgia. That was all Sophane and Patrick Joel's thing. Poisoning the Wells, please. Poisoning the Well, please plug this channel.
I don't know. They're one of the most undersubbed channels, so I don't know if we want them plugging it. Like,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want them plugging because I'm quite sure I'm going to wake up with a butt plug in my butt. I mean, not sure that I'd like it, but geez, don't steal my beer on the way out.
At least leave a six-pack
common courtesy
in the morning to like cry into.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, come on. It's been like an entire 24 hours since I've woken up with a warm beer bottle in my ass.
I don't know. My dream is for like Oprah to run for president, just because I feel like the lulls that'll be had will be like so epic.
You know, what did you pay attention to that stream I was on with Mad Dodge?
I caught part of it.
And the lesbian chick there.
Yeah.
I was entirely with her. Yeah, I think Oprah Winfrey has an actual chance to win the nomination. She's going to win the election. I doubt it, but it's always a possibility.
I don't know. Have you seen how retarded a lot of people are? Like there's enough retarded people.
Yeah.
she could pull it off.
Yeah, like another thing is, you also got to remember she has a huge fan base. Like between her books, her TV series, some of the stuff that she does, internet based, all the networking that she has, she could very well get a nomination and possibly get elected. I mean, it is possible.
Well,
Not gonna deny that.
Trump did it, so like.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Trump could pull it off, like. I mean.
Well, I think it was funny because. Go ahead.
Oprah's about as like skilled at being a politician as Trump is, so it's not like Oprah's got a lot of people who sit around at home all day, like watching her shows. So like, there's a lot of people who are there just to like, oh well, I'm not doing anything productive anyway, so I'll go vote. Like, plus I need those handouts. I got to get that like Oprah money. Got to get that Oprah phone.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, Oprah phone. It'll be new O phone. Not the kind of phone that gives you a handy at the end of the day either. I think it's funny though because I was talking about we talk about like the lazy voters like Donald Trump especially. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm no fucking dick sucker for Donald Trump at all. Like I do believe legitimately he's done some fucking stupid shit, but he's done some shit that I agree with too. But that aside, when it boils down to it, is like he had no. They say like, oh, he didn't have any political experiences like lesbian in that in that stream was like. I don't want to hear about any, need for experiencing a job ever again in my life. It was like, actually, constitutionally, nowhere does it state that you had to have prior political experience to get into any position. Technically. The presidency especially. When the Constitution was originally written, it was written around the idea that there wasn't a thing considered career politicians like we have nowadays. Where they just hopscotch from the Senate to the House to governor to president. In reality, live more or less off of the fucking taxpayers' dime because they never were asked to get a fucking job in their life like Bernie Sanders. Which, don't get me wrong, I don't like Bernie Sanders as far. If Bernie Sanders were drowning in the ocean, I would fucking piss on him.
Well, I'd take someone else's money and then buy a life vest for him. Like,
hold on, how much money do you have in your pocket? Oh, you can't talk? How much money would you give to, say, Bernie Sanders? Oh, how much money would you give to Bernie Sanders? Oh, say, I'm sorry, the community just doesn't like you, pal. Guess that means the communist way you get to sleep with the fishes.
Well, the whole thing is like, I remember actually I don't really remember because it was before I was born, but ask not what you can do for your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Now it's like completely flipped. It's like, I better get a cell phone and I better get free healthcare and I ain't doing shit to help anybody. It's like,
no, go ahead.
Democratic Party like completely switched around. It's like,
well, I mean, you
vote for money, like.
You're aware of what Detroit's like. It's 50 years of democratic rule and democratic law doing that shit.
Oh yeah. Well, it doesn't help that like they had a whole race riots and then all the people like they always talk about how the white people left, but all the rich people that were black left too. Like all the black doctors were like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. This is crazy. Like all the black lawyers, like they all live in the suburbs and drive into town. Like nobody wants to like live there. It's like,
well, they say all the white people left. Are you telling me they don't have the right to move inside of the borders of their own fucking country?
Well, no, all the white people that had enough money to leave did. There's still a bunch of white people who live there. They're all the like white trash trailer park people.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying, but like when the people say, all the white people left, that's the reason why we're poor. No, that's not how the world works. Sorry, the world doesn't revolve around you, sweetheart.
Well, all the rich people left, which is why they're poor, which is like almost a tautology. Like all the people with money left, and now we're poor.
Well, I'll ask you a simple question. You'll be able to answer it, I'm sure. But how many poor people have ever given you a job?
Oh yeah, nobody. Well, it's like pretty much all the poor people just want to like they want to leave too. It's not like the poor people are staying there like, oh man, Detroit's the best place. If only like Like if they had the money, they would be living in the suburbs in 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, we're out of the state entirely.
Oh yeah.
But this also comes down to I feel like envy too, because not necessarily envy, but how the politicians play it in the Democratic Party, especially more so, very much so than the right does. But it's obviously not a dichotomy. But still, you have people on the left that are saying that the rich make their money through crooked means, and that they're going to take that money and they're going to bring a better life to the people that don't have it off as well. So what they're doing is they're taking money from the rich and giving it to the poor with the hopes of balancing things out. Okay, so you take money away from people that have earned it. Now, some people might say, oh, a CEO doesn't earn his money. Yeah, but the guy that does welding and makes $75,000 a year and gets taxed $25,000, yeah, he does earn his money. Obviously not 25,000. I'm pulling a number out of my ass. But that aside, what they do is they say, oh, you see all you poor people, the people that are living in poverty and all this, it's not your fault. It's the rich man's fault. It's because he has this X amount of money, or she has this X amount of money, or they have that X amount of money. That's the reason why you are as fucked up as you are. If you vote me in, the first thing I'll do is I'll take their money away and I'll give it to you. Obviously, they say it a lot more fruit, obviously a lot more fruit than that, but that's more or less what they're saying.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Well, there's like the whole idea that the people who become like CEOs are just like smoking cigars and drinking scotch and just slapping secretaries on the ass all day is like just one of those things that people who don't actually have to like ever deal with the things that a CEO does like think. Because like a bad decision from a CEO can sink a company like faster than like anything anyone at the bottom does. Like it doesn't take much in terms of bad decisions to like. And then you think like, oh, they're at the top, but like you don't see the chain of like 1,000 good decisions that they made that save the company every day.
Well, yeah, you also got to remember the CEO doesn't get the opportunity to be like, all right, I have Friday and Saturday off. Yeah, they might take their vacations, but if something vital happens with the business, they still have to fucking deal with it. Because they can't just be like, oh, it's a call from work and it's vital. I'm going to ignore this. Next thing you know, they come home, they don't have a fucking business anymore because they had a fucking lawsuit that they didn't take care of or some stupid shit like that. Not even I'm that naive. And I'm not that old either. It's like I understand that, yes, a CEO might have a cushier lifestyle than I do at the end of the day, but also at the end of the day, I can go home on a Friday, and I'll use my boss for example. Even though I subcontract at this point, I can use my boss for example. I may subcontract to him, but he also has to deal with when I fuck up, when one of the other guys fucks up. He has to deal with when one of my guys fucks up. He gets the brunt of the issues. So yes, at the end of the week, at Saturday, I might wake up, I have no worries, I do my own fucking thing. Sunday, I do my own thing, nobody gives a shit. Saturday and Sunday, guess what else? My fucking boss is working. And when he's not working, he's doing paperwork. He probably, if you were to give him actual man hours and paperwork hours, he probably works about 18 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
And that's not a big company either.
And most of the people who are in those positions are highly invested in their own company to the point where if the company does fail, they lose like their houses, they lose everything.
Oh yeah, everything that they built their lives upon is based upon that business, which is the reason why capitalism works, though. And when it stops working the moment you have the government or whatever fucking group you want to call it, anarchists if you prefer it, but they come in and they say, oh well, we don't want you to have this business anymore. We're going to take it over for the state and we're going to dole it out individually upon party members, and then the peasants are going to get the destitute of it.
Yeah. Why and no one cares about anything like they care about their own stuff. So like the managers, the government stuff, like, oh well, who cares if it doesn't make money?
Well, they don't even invested money in it.
Well, that's like the biggest problem with the schools is like no one like they might have like a care about like, oh, I want to help the children, but like wanting to help the children and like wanting to be a successful entity are like two different things that like lead to two different outcomes.
Oh, most definitely. Because I mean, education isn't even about caring so much as caring about the children as educating the children. I mean, how many? Well, you're not in my. Well, I guess technically you are, but how many people in our generation do you know that actually know their rights when they go into the courtroom or when they're dealing with an officer, for that matter?
Oh, I guess like almost none.
I'd say about 10, 15% at the most.
Yeah.
Whenever I deal with a traffic stop involving like seatbelts or alcohol, I never talk to them. They give me
Oh
a
no, I mean
shit.
talk to them, but I'm not gonna like
Well, I
go
don't have
over
to.
and beyond what I have to. I mean, just like I'm gonna talk to them just like a normal person.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm on my way to work or whatever, but if well, I guess yeah. I guess you're right. I do talk to them usually, but
I guess I haven't gotten pulled over like since I stopped being like a teenager, so it doesn't doesn't
yeah,
matter as
you
much
gotta remember.
anymore.
You remember how Andy would talk about how he gets taken aside more than Chris does at the airport because he looks like a drug dealer? Yeah,
Yeah.
about that. With the long hair and everything, I kind of look suspicious. So they tend to give me a lot more harsher shit about everything. Also, the car kind of smells like marijuana every now and again, though I never keep it in the vehicle. So
I don't know. They let me through the airport like I was a pilot. They're just like go on through like. Like
to be fair,
international
I
border,
mean,
like whatever, just walk on through.
uh, I mean, to be fair, it also depends. It also depends on how you dress, your age as well. Yeah, I mean, if you're dressed to look like you're there on business, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to bust your ball because A, they don't want to deal with a lawsuit, and well, B, you're probably there on fucking business.
Well, it's obvious I'm not up to anything. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're there to get your fucking job done. Me, I stroll through there with my fucking ripped up jeans and my fucking band T-shirt on, looking like a fucking hoodlum, with my long hair, and they're like, this kid probably has fucking crack, cocaine, angel dust.
This guy's got heroin up his butt.
We're gonna strip search him, and we're gonna give him the one with the big hands. Jokes on them. I step in there and I'm like, all right. Oh,
like,
that one? Oh no! You better buy me dinner first.
just like leaning over your shoulders, like, oh, really? You're gonna do that now?
Puts his fingers on back into it.
There might be something still up there.
Oh, wait. Put your middle finger in there. I want a second opinion.
Second opinion. I don't know. I guess they did like rip the sole off my shoes before. Like,
Did you have dress shoes though?
well, they were like work shoes.
Oh, okay.
They were dress shoes. I
I've
went back and like yelled at them, like, "What the fuck are you doing with my dress shoes?" Like, tearing my shit
fair
up.
enough. To be fair, I have a set of dress shoes that well, also a set I have actually because I don't fucking dress up often because I fucking despise it. But like the back sole comes off so that you can like I don't know fucking work on this on the heel, not the heel, but the what's it called, the sole,
The part in the bottom.
the ball, where the ball is, where the ball of the foot lands.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's like I went through there. I went through the airport by where I live with those shoes, and they didn't look twice at me. I came back through with my other pair of boots, or my other pair of shoes, which were my working boots, which are steel-toed, steel shanked up the front. And like I didn't think anything, but I walked through it and I'm like, oh, and of course the fucking beeper goes like, oh shit, sorry, I forgot about my boots. I step back, pull them off, and like it's like fucking 30 fucking not 30 literally, but I'm exaggerating here, but there's like fucking a ton of strings up till probably about the mid length of my calf for the shank.
Oh.
So I'm sitting there, a ton of people waiting behind me, and I'm just slowly unlacing my boot. I'm like, sorry, I freaking forgot about it. I wear them all the time at work and don't think anything of it.
So you're
But
still
yeah,
young. You're still young enough, though. I remember like before 9/11 and stuff, where like you could just go into Canada without even having a driver's license. They didn't even care. They were just like, you'd go up to the border, like, "Are you an American?" Yep. Come on in.
I remember when you used to be able to go to Canada from here when I was like 12 or 13 with a driver's license.
Oh, yeah.
Or state license, which I had.
No, I've gone across with like no documents, just like, yeah, I'm an American. They're like, okay.
Yeah, you can't do that so much anymore unless you wait for the fucking. You know what? To be honest, you could probably drive right across the border right now if you wanted to up here. Not up here where I am, but you go further up north from where I live. I'm sure there's a snowmobile trail that runs right fucking across the water and nobody gives a shit.
Well, I think you'd be surprised. They have like a lot of stuff they don't really talk about. It's at the border for watching for stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I know there's trails. I know there's trails across up there. I don't know what the protocol is for it though. I don't ride
if there's a
I don't ride
trail, I'm
snowmobile
sure they've
personally.
like,
So.
I'm sure the government knows that trail is there too, and they're not like,
Yeah, they have to because the local government is under control of it as far as grooming goes and everything. Unless it's an unofficial trail, which of course it's a fucking river, so you can run down and hop across whichever side you fucking want. But
I guess it's actually legal in some areas to just cross the border, but you have to like call the government and let them know after it happened. So I know like if you're out fishing in like the Great Lakes and you get stuck in somewhere that you have to go to Canada, you can just dock your boat, give them a call, and just say like, "Hey, I had to like land in Canada," and like tell them your
especially
driver's
on the Great
license
Lakes,
number and stuff.
yeah, in Great Lakes, I bet that happens all the fucking time.
Yeah. Like if you have a boat
I
problem, you
know
go to Canada.
boat problem. Great Lakes, you have one of those sea monster problems. There's a giant eel trying to take over my boat.
I mean, there are sturgeon, but I don't think they ever like attack anybody's boat. Like
No, it's we
Great Lakes are a
up
bitch
here
though.
we
They sunk a whole giant tanker before the Edmund Fitzgerald.
yeah
And that shit gets
yeah
nasty when you get out there. Like,
it's I remember like um reservoir up where I used to live. We called it Pine Lake. Pine Lake. Now, in comparison to like the Great Lakes, you'd call it a pond, but it's still technically a lake. But it's surprisingly deep. It's like fucking 30, 40 feet deep. Catch some big ass fucking fish out of that thing. Because even though it may not be like it may not have like the length and the overall size, but the depth, the just absolute depth of the lake. And with the Great Lakes, it's an entirely different story because
can you see all the
you're
way
dealing with
across?
like Pine Lake. Oh yeah, no problem. You can stand on the dirt road that you come in on. When you park, you can actually like stand at the camping site and look around. You can see each and every side of the lake. Like it's a man-made lake. It's not very big. The other lake that's at the bottom of the mountain of that lake, Champlain. That one you'd never be able to see all sides of it at any time. It's so big.
Oh. It looks like
I do believe
McCarthy's
shit.
on Andy's show now.
Oh, fucking speaking of thoughts.
Speaking of that, yeah.
I mean, she's dumb. And she's dumb, but I still put my dick in it.
Yeah. It's kind of like come on, get somebody who's like slightly better if you're gonna at least like Like it makes me think that everybody who thinks like that's got to be stupid if that's like their model of person that they're putting forward.
Well, exactly. Is
Oh, this is your spokesperson for the retard Olympics.
well, she came in first at the Special Olympics. All right, she's the smartest person with Down syndrome. The question is, who else is there with him?
Millennial Woes, JF, and some guy with a fox icon that I've never heard of.
Oh, Johnny Fox, John Fox, something like that.
I don't know. He hasn't. It doesn't have it in the title or anything.
He was the guy that was pretty sure he was going after Sargon or something for some other reason. I can't remember. I can't remember. I'm too drunk to remember. But I also don't care either. But he's got JF, Millennial Woes, Tara, and the John guy.
I don't know. Andy might be digging himself a hole with this.
Yeah, he doesn't have
Andy
anybody.
Ray Swirsky thing. Like, I hope YouTube works out because you're never getting another job in show business. Let's Google this guy at the audition. Andy Ray Swirsky, and it's got like a picture of him photoshopped with like a Nazi uniform on. Like, oh yeah, that's gonna turn out really great.
Well, not even that. Like, I don't hear anybody in that conversation that sounds like they're challenging the ideas of the alt-right. I mean, like even JF sounded so relatively sympathetic to it. I mean, I'm not saying that Andy is. I'm just saying he sounds like he's the only individual there that would protest a contesting view.
Yeah, he's also pretty quiet in the whole like just letting everybody talk kind of thing.
Which, I mean, I'm fair enough as far as free speech goes. You let them deal it out amongst themselves. He should get at least sticks on there. I mean, I'd really like to see actually roaming millennial actually deal with this situation, but
I don't know. I'd like to see somebody that's actually like not just a YouTube retard, like Jordan Peterson or Gad Sad. It's kind of like, oh, let's bring out the YouTube scientists.
Bust them out, yeah. Or actually, in all seriousness, I'd like to see somebody that's not actually on YouTube at all deal with it. Because
that's kind of what I'm saying. Because like, I mean, Gad Sad and Jordan Peterson are, but not like in the same way that like roaming millennial is. Like they actually have like jobs being professors and like actual like write books and like
fair enough.
Actual like jobs that aren't just like, hey, I'm gonna be a shitlord for the ethno state.
Not to be fair, in Roaming's defense, she wasn't necessarily a shitlord for the ethno state. She did do public appearances as well too, but she has written a book, at least as I'm aware. But I do see where you're coming from as well.
Yeah, it's like the YouTube scientists. I don't know, kind of the whole thing. Just like, if I want to like have a discussion about that stuff, I want it to be like actually based on like real data and like peer-reviewed studies, not just what some shitlord mentions a study once and then like passes it by. Oh, the twin study. Let's not actually discuss it or what it says in it or any of the methodology, but let's just talk about it and then that's it.
Well, I'm curious. What does it say?
I don't know. I haven't like read the whole thing because like it's never really come up to like. There's a whole bunch of different ones too. It's not like there's just one. So when they talk about twin studies, they could be talking about any of like probably more than 20.
Well, you also gotta remember these people are dealing with like race realists, especially, are one of their main basis of focus is the what the fuck is called, the bell curve, which actually I've debunked personally myself actually in the past.
Well, I mean, it's not like, it's more the implications of it that you can debunk. The actual data is just the data. It's not like these are test results.
It's from 24 years ago.
Well, it hasn't changed. It's not like, it's really
No,
more
you're
of
assuming
what the implications of it mean that really like.
I mean, you're assuming it's remained stagnant.
Well, as far as I know, it has. They haven't produced. I've never seen anyone drop any data that shows that like the gap has closed.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, you're not. So what you're saying is you're not saying that that the data is the end all. You're just saying you haven't seen anything produced that would prove it wrong.
Man, well, the thing is with the bell curve. So if you take the two bell curves and you look at them, and then the median is different, but the only part that really matters is the two outliers on the two sides. And when you draw it to scale, they become as thin as a hair. And it's like, oh, well, there's 1,000 black people who score less and 1,000 white people who score higher. And then everyone else is exactly the same. It's like the difference is so irrelevant that it's like, oh, let's draw this bell curve so far out of scale that it looks like there's two gigantic pieces that aren't overlapping. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
99% of people are in the middle, and then there's like 1% of black people who are dumber and 1% of smart people who are smarter, and then the 99% people try to act like that matters a lot. Like,
when in reality, the 99% that's the median isn't a whole lot smarter than that 1% that they're picking on.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, you deal with we'll say that you deal with bell curves. We'll talk about the differences between men and women. You're more likely mathematically to run into a woman that is on average smarter than a man. However, you are also more likely to fall or run into a man that is on the genius side of the spectrum than a woman. That's because women peak at the middle, the median, and then men kind of like they ride up, and then they have their outliers. The outliers fall higher on the graph versus the women.
Well, it's like, I think there's a thing that people don't understand about how averages work, where it's the genes that control whether or not you're smart are not an average. They're an on or an off. So there are people who have them and there are people who don't have them. And the average doesn't tell you about like who has it and who doesn't. So it'd be having people with red shirts and having people with blue shirts and then arguing about how purple the average is.
Yeah, and you said that before, and you're not wrong. I see where you're coming from, and I agree with it entirely. You can also make the argument that there are two people that have extremely high IQ, and then they produce a child that through some form of anomaly is retarded. Mathematically speaking, since they had a higher IQ, both those parents should produce a higher IQ child. However, due to some form of an abnormality, whether it be lying in the background of the DNA and genetics or not, produced a child that was retarded. And I don't mean retarded in the sense like omni-destiny retarded. I mean like mentally retarded.
Well, even then, two smart people, you can draw a Punnett square and say that for any combination of genes that they have, there's still going to be a percentage of the time where they're going to have a stupid kid. It's not just like two smart people equals smart baby. It's two smart people equals higher probability of having a smart baby.
Yeah, so you're saying is like if it was attached to, we'll say for the sake of argument, the X or Y chromosome, if you do the square, it would depend on where it fell and what gender the child fell in inside of that Punnett square. It'd be like, so yeah, I mean, 25% of those children ended up stupid, and maybe you get hit with that 25% because you just happen to fall on the Y and the X stupid part of the XX side of the mother.
Well, it's like how
obviously
two blondes
that's a layman way of looking at it.
Child, because there's like two redheads could have a blonde child. Two midgets could have a full-size child. Actually, I'm not sure with midgets or not, but I know.
With two, they can.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know specifically.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often, but they can.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it all boils down to genetic markers, which actually I find kind of funny because as far as I remember from biology, that blonde hair was kind of a recessive gene.
Actually, I want to transition into some of the movie Tiptoes. Have you ever seen the movie Tiptoes with Matthew McConaughey?
I don't. No, I don't think so. Actually.
Oh, okay. We probably can't talk about it then because like he I'll give you kind of like the basic idea of what it's about, but he gets this chick pregnant and then like he has to admit to her that both of his parents are midgets and that his whole family is midgets. So there's like a really big possibility that his kid's going to be a midget, and he just like hates it. Like it's like oh, and freaks out and spurgs out about it, and like it's a whole thing. It's like such a bad movie that's good. It's like the worst,
Oh,
but you
so
can't
it's
take
kind
your
of like
eyes
The
off of
Room
it.
then.
Well, it's better than The Room, and I mean, it's actually got people who can act in it.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Shots fired.
Shots fired at Tommy Wiseau. Like, we're coming after you, Tommy.
You hear that, Tommy? You hear that, Tommy? Give me sleeping with the fishes.
Oh, I don't know if you saw. He
Really
tried to
working.
he tried to grab the mic at the Golden Globes, and then James Franco was just like, "Get out of here."
I mean, to be fair, in his defense, he's actually made quite the reputation for himself. So
Yeah, I haven't seen the James Franco movie, but I just like I feel like I'd rather just watch The Room than watch James Franco pretending to be Tommy Wiseau. Like,
yeah, fair
why do I
enough.
need the imitation when I can get the real deal? Like,
Do I get the discount brand or the real brand? Well, I don't know. You want to pay for fake sugar or real sugar, you dumbass?
like how much crazier could James Franco acting like Tommy Wiseau be than Tommy Wiseau himself?
Yeah, right. There's nothing. Well, I mean, I guess in that situation, there's no better situation to look at than the original situation.
Oh yeah. Oh man, this whole YouTube scientist thing.
I can hold on for like 5 seconds. I use the bathroom real quick.
Oh, okay. It looks like there's no one in the chat, so I can see if I bring it up.
Yeah, there's nobody there.
Oh.
Roll over at Andy's fucking shit fest, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I go use the bathroom. We'll be right back.
Oh, sure. I'll just bring up some random thing on Twitter to talk about.
You do that?
Let's see. Talked about 7-Eleven. I don't know about this whole new X-Files thing. I really wish that like they could just come up with a new idea for once. I'm so sick of watching all the retreads. Like I want to make a movie where it's Jews go back in time to kill Hitler, and then the whole thing is that it actually causes the Holocaust because Hitler's trying to kill time traveling Jews by killing their grandparents. So it's like by going back in time to stop World War II, they actually caused the Holocaust. Like I think that could be like a hilarious like comedy to like get in, and then it's like Hitler trying to be like covert about like time traveling Jews killing everyone, and they're all like, "Man, Hitler's kind of crazy," but like we're so scared of the Russians that they just like go along with it. Like it seems like there could be a lot of like great comedy gold to come out of that. See if we think of some other like crazy ideas that would work. Like time traveling Jews. We talked about the idea for aliens that come to Earth and then they find out that all the stuff they watched was stuff from back at World War II before they transported here, so they're all like down with Hitler. I guess all my ideas for movies kind of rely on Hitler jokes, but I think that's like a really good territory because like it's so edgy and like people are so butthurt about it now that it's like a really great opportunity to get in some lulls at people's expenses.
There's only one thing I'd like to say right now, and that is gas the juice. Juice deserves to die as an abomination upon mankind. Actually creates a very poor situation for us white folk.
I think it'd be hilarious. Time traveling Jews and Hitler tries to kill the time traveling Jews by killing their grandparents. So like he starts the whole Holocaust as like a way to get them.
What the fuck?
And then like everyone's so like they're just down with it because like they don't. He's like acting crazy, and everyone's like, man. And, like Jews just keep coming up out of nowhere trying to murder him, and he's just, what the fuck? All these Jews are trying to kill me. And then finds out that it's like a time traveling conspiracy. I'm gonna kill all their grandparents and like change time so they can't kill me.
Kids.
And then in the end, he kills himself because he finds out it's the only way to maintain the German state in the future. So he's like, World War II is about to end, and like Jews keep coming back, and he's like, oh, the German state will disappear. Shoots himself in the head and saves Germany.
NSA kids, meth is one hell of a drug.
Oh, no,
that was my national service announcement for the year, YouTube. You better fucking monetize me.
See, it's either that or it's got to be the They Live parody where everyone's gay. And it's just they gay. And you put on the sunglasses and you can see that everyone's actually like wearing those things that are just like a leather strap that makes like a top with a metal ring in the middle.
That is.
So he just puts on the sunglasses and he's like, they gay. Rainbow flags everywhere. Like it's a whole secret gay conspiracy.
Got the rainbow flag with a Nazi symbol over it. Wait a minute. Nope, that's a regular Nazi flag. Oh, I don't know if it was.
It's just the right level of edgy for like what's going on. Like he puts it on
just
and
making
there's
funny
like all the billboards are actually like trap dicks taste great, and he's like, what?
Try Coca-Cola. It's fantastic. Try this trap dick. It's fantastic. What the fuck? What are these? Pornhub the glasses?
Well, and I mean, I talked about people stealing ideas and recycling them, but it's kind of like They Live is like a prime thing to actually come back because like
the thing is about that though is that would actually be funny. These other things that they reboot are just fucking retarded. Like you look at it, and you're like, I want to put you down. Not like you got rabies, Old Yeller put you down, but like you were a deformed child put you down. Somebody's gonna take that out of context sometime in my future.
I'm already like writing the timestamp down to quote mine it.
Put deformed children down.
And the whole gas the Jews comment, that's gonna like get taken out of context.
I don't fucking give a shit. I'm a German Jew. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I know I got the Rothschild's number on my goddamn dick. Tattooed at birth.
Just wait till I'm the PewDiePie of Pornhub, and then all of a sudden the eyes will be on like the video.
Oh, don't worry. We got ourselves a good thing going here. You see, you be the PewDiePie of Pornhub. I'm gonna pick up all the views you get, bring them to YouTube. They be dealing with a less dick-related situation, but it'd be blurry, so it's YouTube friendly. Demonetize me, bitch! I dare you. I'll just go to Pornhub.
Demonetized? You mean there's a way to make money off this?
Yeah, right. Demonetized. Motherfuckers were monetized in the first place, bitch.
You're not showing a dead body for children or having Elsa pee on Spider-Man. You're not going to get money from YouTube. Like,
oh, you mean see a dead body? Wait. I want to talk about suicide awareness real quick. Yo, bitches, you subscribe to my channel. You won't have suicide ever.
Don't talk about suicide awareness. I can't remember the name of that song. The suicide is painless. It brings on many changes. That's
Suicide is painless. It brings on many changes, and I can keep going if I want. I think that's how it goes. All right, that's MASH.
Go
All right,
on.
fine. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my own bleeding.
So
There we go.
even suicide was cooler back in the day, like
Oh, I remember when like
Kurt
pop.
Cobain. Back
Oh
when
yeah,
suicide was awesome.
suicide's still awesome. It's just a bunch of fucking moral factors like, I'm gonna cut myself and show everybody. Look how emo I am. Look how emotional I am. Oh, eat a fucking flaccid dick. You don't even get the pleasure of a hard one.
Keep it
Dude,
safe for
we
the
already know.
Pornhub channel.
There's probably somebody in the whole like cutting themselves eating flaccid dick thing. There's probably a fetish for that. There's
I might have
some
to
dude in the
Google that.
future that's gonna watch this and fap at this conversation. He's like, yeah, right there.
It's called meat.
Oh, I'm gonna stick my finger in the prostate and
That's the
V. I actually don't mind V. In all honesty.
Oh, I
Is that
said
good? Is that
meat.
good? Is that good? Oh, you?
Yeah.
Preference B.
Oh no! I put it into Google, and apparently there is a flaccid penis porn videos section of Pornhub.
But are they cutting themselves? Is the dude cutting himself?
Actually, it looks like there's one on X videos, XNXX, Thumbzilla. There's a whole like this might be a whole new genre of porn I didn't know about.
You didn't know about it.
I did not know
That's
about
why I added the
flaccid
whole.
penis porn. No.
That's why I added the whole cutting yourself thing.
Flaccid penis and cutting. Let's see if that comes up.
This is YouTube science right here.
Oh, the only thing that comes up is uncut dicks that are flaccid.
Oh, that we'll just do the whole cut the end off. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll let the Jewish do that. Good night, guy. In the future, you watch this. I'm sorry. Really not.
It's cultural appropriation. We're cutting off dicks, dick tips.
We just cut off the tip, and we fry it on a stick, and we shove it in the queer's ass. So I got the question: is it gay if I cut a hole just big enough in the sheet for me
say yeah.
to flip my kosher meat?
Dude, the whole cutting a hole in the sheet. There was a really hilarious thing that they had on like an old TV show about that. Where he was just doing everything. He's like holding up a sheet with a hole in it, smoking a cigarette, and like having sex with his computer. It's through the hole in the sheet. I can do it.
Wait, what? What orifice was he using?
What, to have sex with the computer?
Yeah.
He was using his dick. I mean, I would assume it was on TV, so they didn't show it. But
Oh, I was about ready to say. It's like it's on YouTube. What end of the computer is he wedging his dick in? Because quite frankly, all of them are pretty small. Unless his dick is shaped like a USB drive. I'm gonna download that data.
I'm gonna upload something into that computer.
And I have AIDS.
And my computer has AIDS.
No, I just opened a file that's literally what said, I have AIDS. Shutting down forever. Blue screen, red circle of death in 5, 4, self-destruct in 3.
Let's see if it comes up. Oh, none of the good pictures of it actually happening come up. Oh, I feel so old now. They showed the people who were on that show, and now I feel old because they're all so old now.
Kidding me? Are you serious? They play Green Day on classic rock. All right. I shit you not.
I don't know. I haven't listened to the radio in so long. I wouldn't even know.
It's the only thing. It's the only thing we can play at work. Otherwise, we can't fucking hear it. We usually put it up at like the top of whatever building we're working on. Just like turn it all the way up.
What do you mean? You just took a phone and play Pandora?
Yeah, but we don't want to stick our phone at the fucking top of a 25-foot building. We're not that fucking high.
Well, I mean, you don't knock the stereo off. You're not going to knock the phone off. I mean, what?
Those fucking rafters get moving around a lot when the wind starts blowing, dude. I mean, if somebody else wants to do it, I'm not going to stop them. I'm not ready to sacrifice my fucking phone for the sake of my musical ear.
Just get Bluetooth. It's fine.
And besides, I like little Tom Petty. Get to the point. Let's roll another joint.
Is that something they actually play on the radio?
Radio. I think, actually not that long ago, they stopped cutting out the whole joint part of it up by where I live. Let's get to the point. Roll another beep. And then we go on and be like, you can beep it out all you want. I still know what they're saying. Still a good song, regardless, but still.
No, I want the whole JF is Down syndrome Adam Sandler to stick, but it doesn't look like it's happening.
You gotta keep trying. Look how long it took for you to get the whole sexiness ranking going.
I retired the sexiness ranking though. It's only like coming out in limited occasions now.
I thought you retired it completely. In all honesty, the chat's going by too fast for me to pay fucking attention.
There's been complaints about it going away. People are like, they want it to come back.
No, you do not give in to fucking demands. What are you, fucking French? What are you, French?
Well, when it's people who win the sexiness, I do.
All right, fair enough. Send a secret message to Rosa. Be like, you send me some of them unicorn nudes. I'll send you some goddamn sweet sexiness rings, if you know what I mean.
Oh no, I gotta probably do a bathtub stream before she'll like accept that. But like the bathtub streams are only gonna be on my channel.
If I had any inclination of what she does like YouTube wise, I'd have her on for a stream just to see A, what she sounds like, and B, I'm sure that would end up in all kinds of sexual harassment.
I'm gonna be the Harvey Weinstein of YouTube.
No, I'm not gonna have to go and jerk off or anything until
that's
after
Louis C.K. You can be the Harvey Weinstein of YouTube. I'll be the Louis C.K. of YouTube.
I'll be the Louis C.K. of porno. We get two more. We can have a Fantastic Four.
What's it? I gotta do my bathtub stream though. That's like, well, the whole thing is it's a lot easier to set all the shit up on my computer, like that's actually a desktop, than to try to set everything up on my laptop, like in a bathtub. You know, it's like I might get slightly less performance out of my laptop webcam than a whole like desktop and everything.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think about that because A, I use an avatar, and B, I use an avatar because my computer is old as fucking dirt. So,
yeah, no, it makes it a lot more difficult when I'm just like looking at just a circle and not an actual person talking.
It looked deeply into my brown eye. Sorry, I'm gonna hypnotize you.
Wasn't that what that logo is? It's like a swirly butthole with like a clock around it.
It's actually just started out as like as like the circle with the swirls in it, and I was like, you know, it'd be really fucking cool if like I had a clock to this, or I had the clock to it, and I'm like, huh, you know, that looks an awful lot like a swirly ball with a clock added to it.
Is that why you added like the colored ring around the outside? Or like, this looks too much like a butthole. I've got to like remedy this.
Yeah, I was afraid YouTube was gonna demonetize me or some shit. No, it's like I was like the rings were actually something that was added for the logo that you see when the stream's not ready to start. Is like it says some people want to watch the world burn, and I'm one of them. So I was like, oh, I'll use like a cool yin yang fire blue and red kind of thing going on with it. But as for that, after I was done, I was like, you know what? And Tim Tarbox actually mentioned it first. He was like, when I woke up with that clock tattoo on my butthole, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm going with.
That would be a pretty hilarious butthole tattoo if you had agnosis paradigm tattooed in the lettering around it.
Paradigm.
Paradigm. I get to be retarded too.
Not- oh, fucking suck my nuts. Gmoney in the cunt.
See, you're not lucky. You don't have a glorious pussy avatar like I do.
That is some fantastic pussy. Probably the best I ever had.
I don't know. It is the best I've ever had in terms of like cats, but.
Well, Brave Wilderness I was telling you about. He does shows where he goes around and he deals with like animals, wildlife animals. He does the thing with this ocelot. I thought I was gonna fucking die when I was watching it.
I gotta Google that. What the kind of animal that is?
It wasn't a full grown ocelot. It was about mid age. So take whatever you're looking at and about I don't know about 3/4 to a half of the size maybe.
Oh, like a little bobcat.
Yeah, with the spots all over it, and the short little rounded ears. Yes,
Okay.
that exactly that. Yep. Except it wasn't that big. It wasn't quite full grown yet, so it's probably I'd say probably about half that size. And it was like it was down. I was on a trail that he was walking, and he came across it. Just out of the blue. It was like he was warned before. It's like, oh, you might come across like a juvenile ocelot while you're walking on the trails. No big deal. The ocelot's used to humans. Like if it comes up to you, and doesn't bother you, just leave it alone. And like he did his usual like little cat, like predator cat attraction thing where you shake something full of like little marbles or something to attract it.
Okay.
So they came right up to him, and of course it was like take like your average house cat, except make it about 40 pounds, but not fat and like lean actual muscle. It was the most adorable thing I ever saw. It was all over him and everything. Like not in a mean way or anything, just kind of playing with him, but it was fucking absolutely adorable.
I was kind of expecting this story to like have some sort of more dramatic ending to that, but okay.
Well, when it started off, they thought it was a fucking jaguar. They were shitting themselves.
Jaguar.
They're like, oh shit, it's a fucking jaguar. We're gonna fucking. Well, all they heard was fucking feet running at a certain speed, and they're like, all right. The main guy's like, that's a cat. I don't know how big, but that's a cat. And the only other cats besides domestic cats in this area that are big are jaguars. Forgot about the ocelot side of it, but at first he was like, oh, it's a fucking jaguar. Of course, this is after a day of picking up like Costa Rican venomous snakes and everything, and all the other happy horse shit. It's a very entertaining show. I absolutely fucking love it. Despite my disdain for snakes, like I still find them absolutely fascinating.
Oh no, I don't really mind snakes, but like as long as I don't have to like pick them up and carry them or anything. I mean, if they're just on the ground doing their own thing, like whatever.
Oh no, I see a snake, I'll run like a little girl the other way. Gardener snake, milk snake, doesn't matter if it's venomous or not. I run like a bitch the other way. I figure it's safer that way. Spider, I'll walk right up to him. I don't give a shit.
So you probably poop yourself in the Everglades. Well, I guess maybe the spiders, if they don't bother you, then the spiders would be less of a thing than like all those snakes and the alligators and
yeah, you're not wrong. Lizards don't bother me. I just don't like. I don't like snakes at all. We get water snakes up here. They're called I think milk snakes. That get up to about like I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 feet long. They're harmless. I mean, they don't hurt you or anything. They'll bite you, but it's all like mechanical, so it doesn't leave any venom behind. But it's still not something you want to get bitten by. But at the end of the day, it's like it's not going to kill you. But I see a snake of any kind, and my first reaction is I will sprint in the exact opposite goddamn direction. I don't care what the fuck it is.
I don't know. I mean,
but
I guess stuff like that doesn't really bother me. But like, as long as I don't have to, if I saw a snake like on me, I'd probably grab it by the head and try to smash its head into something. Just like kill it with fire. But like,
oh, that's how I feel about spiders. Like, as long as I could see I could see a spider hanging out in the bathroom, which I've done before. Is like, yeah, as long as he's just chilling there in my own business, I'm not gonna bother him. But I have had like in the middle of the night where I used to live because it was so close to the woods. Like I have what we call wood spiders around here. They're harmless, but still they'll bite you and it hurts. But my fucking arm the one day, I fucking squashed that fucker so quick. I was like, not today.
Yeah.
It was a good thing my girlfriend at the time wasn't home either because she's super fucking afraid of him.
I don't know. The one thing I really like, centipedes. I don't like, if I see them, I smash them. It's not that I'm like running away. I just like, I go and just fucking crush them. Like they're done. I'll flip a fucking table over if a centipede climbs underneath it.
Too many legs.
Dude, I guess in the jungle they'll get to be like that big. They don't fuck around. They'll eat birds and shit. So that's why I stay away from the jungle. Look,
actually, one of the most deadliest insects is a centipede.
What, for people?
I do believe so. No, maybe not the deadliest, but it does rank up there. Like there are centipedes and millipedes that are deadly.
Oh, right.
They don't live where we live, obviously, but I'm talking like Australia, Middle America, Central America, or South America.
No, yeah, I knew there was deadly like millipedes. I didn't know about centipedes.
Centipedes I might be misremembering that.
Yeah, they're just like they're done. Like I can't live with knowing that a centipede crawled under a table. Like I'm flipping that bitch over and like going after it.
Whips out his flamethrower. You're gonna fucking die today.
I'm gonna burn this fucking house to the ground because of that centipede.
I do remember that.
Like, the biggest ones around here are probably only like that big though, so it's not like.
Yeah, about the same size up here. I mean, for us, it's like I'm not afraid of them. Like I think they're creepy or anything, but if I see them crawling around, I was like, oh, there goes a centipede. Same thing like a spider. It's with a spider, it's when it gets on me. With a millipede, it's when it first gets on me that or centipede, millipede, whatever it is. Like when they first got on me, I was like, oh, that's creepy. Then I realized what it is. It's like, oh, it's just one of those things. I kind of like fucking flick it off, like I would like a mosquito or a fucking daddy long legs or something like that. She's like, get the fuck away from here. I don't give a shit. But yeah, like my the ex I was telling you about was afraid of spiders. If there was a spider in the house, she wasn't home, or if I wasn't home, she'd be like, she would wait for me to come home. She'd be like, if you did not come home in a couple days, I was gonna burn the fucking house down. There is a spider in that room. And it's like a regular fucking wood spider, and I was like, all right, they look intimidating, but they're really not. I mean, yeah, they might bite you, and they might be a little dangerous, but you grab a bucket, you shoo them into it with a fucking broom, and you let them back out into the wild, and they do their business.
Oh, yeah. Looks like we might need to wrap it up here pretty soon. My camera is dying in batteries.
Batteries. All right. Well, that sounds about good. I mean, it's about getting pretty goddamn close to my bedtime, so with the usual, far longer than the usual time I intended this to last anyway, so.
Oh, yep.
I suppose. Well, they would ask you to plug your channel, but you don't really have one, so.
Well, I mean, it just doesn't have any videos on it. Gmoney in the bank. Just put my link in the description.
He gets 100 views and he will show his dick.
I mean, it might not even take 100 views. Link to my Pornhub. You got a link to my Pornhub in the chat. I'll send you a link to my Pornhub channel. I don't know if YouTube will allow that, though. They might not be too happy about Pornhub links.
Yeah, fuck them. They allowed a dead body in their channel. They could suck 3/5 of my fucking flaccid dick.
Just title it Elsa gets peed on by Mickey Mouse, and then YouTube will be fine with it. You'll get put on the kids.
Do you kids want to see a dead body? All right, we're fine with that.
Okay.
Seems all right.
I thought the video was hilarious. I think you should have told more jokes, and like, I think everybody's just virtue signaling about it.
I mean, with it, my only thing with it is the hypocrisy of it.
Oh yeah, well, letting something like that and then banning stupid shit. But like, if you want that to be banned, you gotta want the stupid shit to be banned too. So it's like a lot of people complaining about how I'm getting censored and not this, but like, why aren't you? You're complaining that other stuff isn't getting censored. You're for censorship of stupid shit. Like, so yeah, well, both of you guys will get banned, and then YouTube will be, like, what are they arguing for?
I mean, the situation is as it lies. As long as YouTube uses their choices evenly across every basis, then it makes a lot of sense. But what that says to me is like what they did to PewDiePie in retrospect to what they did to him. It's like, oh, PewDiePie got his situation canceled, his YouTube Red situation canceled because of offhanded comments. But Logan Paul can show fucking dead bodies, albeit blurred, and a suicide forest and nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Quite frankly, if he wants to do that, he can do that as long as it's blurred. And if he wants to show the gory content of it, then it's up to YouTube's terms of service, whether or not they want to show it or not. But there's an inaccuracy in the way that they're using the terms of service.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I don't care if they apply it, just apply it equally. That's all I ask. Yeah, that's the reason why that's the reason why I haven't monetized my channel. I swear far too fucking much for me to get monetized.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, my outro involves the word cunt.
Well, it is YouTube, so I mean, if like Andy's swearing all the time and he's getting his channel monetized, so I mean, it must be like some swearing aloud.
Yeah, I think, but it boils down to like an argument with this when it comes down to it. The bigger your following, the more of an outcry you'll have. The more of an outcry you'll have, the more chance that the person you're working for, in this case YouTube, in Andy's case, will actually listen to the outcry because there's a larger outcry for it.
Okay.
Whereas me, I have under 100 subscribers. With what are fucking like 20 people actually going to say something about it? What the fuck are 20 people going to do?
So they had the best quote on Medium, the website from Andy. I want to see if I can bring it up real quick. Oh, here it is. Let me just get this. I hope some guy impregnates you and then leaves you, and then you're a single mom and your kid starts doing drugs and then murders you for money.
Wait, who said that?
Andy Worski.
Who?
I don't even know. It was about some video.
Well.
Let's see. Here's another one. Women, if you want your equal rights, go fuck yourselves. That was it for protesters at Berkeley.
full of such provocation, just intellectual thinking.
White students protesting alongside black students. You fucking faggots. You're all faggots. You are fucking faggots. You should be shot. Metaphorically.
Wait, so I call him a fucking faggot once, and that jackass fucking bans me. You know, white black woman's dick. Fucking ban me for calling me a fucking faggot, you fucking faggot.
But to be fair, those videos might not be monetized though, because it's hard to tell.
No, there was my fucking banning. And he's like, nope, not having that. This other time he's like, this fucking asshole.
I think you got caught in the big sweep. He was just trying to pull all the people out, and then like just caught you up in the mix.
Yeah, you can say that all he fucking wants. He can hate me all he wants to. I like irritating the little faggot.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten banned.
You got a right. You can't be banned.
He's read my comments and been like, "Oh, Gmoney, you're a fucking asshole."
Meanwhile, he's like, this guy. Fucking missile straight down on me. Andy, you're a fucking faggot.
Oh, there goes my camera.
Oh, banned by Andy.
Oh, YouTube found out about it.
Actually, he's stripping.
Nope, dick's out. You guys all missed it.
It's not fun when you're not dancing.
Well, I am dancing. You just can't see.
We're gonna have to transfer this to the Agnosis Paradigm Pornhub channel.
I'm gonna start live streaming on my Pornhub channel. It's fine. I'm not like ain't no shame in my game. I mean, I probably won't show my dick on it, but like,
I'll join that shit. I don't give a fuck.
That's just what Pornhub needs. Pornhub needs some like something for people to watch between FAP. So like when you're mid FAP or like post FAP, and you want to like.
I just finished. I'm on Pornhub, but I won't go to YouTube because YouTube is boring. I was like, oh, these guys are just talking about what the average size of a big black dildo is. I like the sound of that one. I want to find myself out some scientific education.
Well, it's like you're just finished jerking, and you want to like. You don't want to go onto Twitter, but you want to like hear about what's trending and get some commentary. It's like it's just something to like. Oh, I want to hear what's on the news, but I don't want to like go to the news website. Just flip over to another Pornhub. Maybe I'll have like porn pictures that like clip through like a clip art, so you can still kind of get like the Pornhub experience.
And then you can recognize, you're like, oh, this guy right here is what I'm looking for. You like, you click him, you do the right click, and you like open a new tab. You're like, I'm just gonna leave the little porn tab open for later. And then it's got this little guy over here. I'm gonna watch him. Like, yeah. He tells me the good news.
The good news.
6.5-inch black dildos are now available for sale. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Handcuffs, half off. Half off. I'm gonna write that down. In other news, North Korea might bomb us. I'm gonna up my handcuffs to the first of the list.
Well, North Korea might bomb us. Let me sell some South Korean flag dildos. I got to get my merch opportunities.
I'm representing South Korea. 100%. We got 3-inch dildos over here.
We got 3-inch dildos. We got those Korean-sized dildos.
But they last 2.5 times longer than the black dildos. 3 inches of wiener going 100 miles an hour is a lot of wiener.
That would just wear them out faster, though.
Well, they're small. They're compact. They're fuel efficient.
Do you want that big black vibrator that's got 4 D-cell batteries, or do you want to just have like a little tiny one that you put a couple AA in?
It lasts the same amount of time. It does the same amount of ramming damage. It's like a jackhammer. Smaller. Wait, are we doing a live stream or a porn navigation here?
Yeah, I'm just hyping I gotta get hyped for when I become the PewDiePie of porn.
Hashtag PewDiePie Pornhub.
I'll put that in the title of my Twitter page so the world knows. Hashtag the PewDiePie of Pornhub.
This man right here was the original. He was the arbiter.
Blazing new ground.
So we talked about a shit ton of shit today. How the fuck do we end up on the goddamn concept of massive dicks being far less fuel efficient than smaller dicks?
I feel like this was almost inevitable that it would get there. Look.
Me, personally, I'm partial to anal beads, but, you know, they don't run out of battery, so, hey.
Anal beads.
The only battery is your finger, and that can move as fast as you want.
That's one of those things that it's like, you gotta know that there was like a stroke of genius when someone came up with that. They were just like, I want to stick these balls up my ass, but I don't know how I'm going to get them out.
And they just drill a hole through it and cut a knot, and they're like, Eureka!
They're trying to explain it to all the other people they know, like, well, I can stick these balls up my ass now.
Like, even in most cases, like, they're still, like, connected through some kind of, like, physical bond, unless it's, like, a regular, typical fucking rope kind, but... Wait, why am I going in depth into that? Regardless, anyway, normally, like, they're still connected otherwise, but it's like, there has to be enough of a market out there for people for them to be like, we're going to evolve this market. Like, you don't even get just, like, the regular vibrators now. You get, like, the metal ones and the ceramic ones, and then you have, like, the fucking glass ones. Which, quite frankly...
Apparently, like, it can go all the way back to, like, historical China with Benoit balls connected to strings. So
yeah,
these are just like an extension of the Benoit balls.
Sounds about right. Calisthenics. Even happened back in the old days, you lazy fuckers. There's no reason to skip out on it.
Oh yeah, this would be a great for an episode of PewDiePie of Pornhub. I got to come up with a good name for it. It might be just Gmoney in the butt, or like it might just be the Gmoney show. I don't know. I've got to like throw some things at the wall and see what sticks.
Well, you get yourself a couple whiteboards, 2 or 3, just to be safe. Well, that's an old school Worski joke. While you're at it, dig yourself a hole. Worski style. So I'll see you in a year. But that fucking dead joke aside, because now nobody in the fucking chat that's watching Worski even fucking gets it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think anybody even knows about the hot Worski anymore.
I know, the chat's gotten so unfun.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of people talking about how much they love ethno-states and how much they hate like black people.
It's like, all right, all right, you're trolling. All right, I get it. All right, you're trolling.
It's not even good trolling. Good trolling is like the Ugandan knuckles. Like, if you're gonna troll, at least like troll in a way that's funny. Like, just saying like black people smell like poop is like not like trolling. It's just being dumb.
Hold on, I'm a 14-year-old. I'm gonna smash my face against the keyboard and see what autocorrect comes up with. Oh
no, because even when I was 14,
smells like stupid.
Even when I was 14, we still had good trolling back then. That was even when the internet was like just starting out, and you troll like AOL group chats. Like I'm gonna go into this chat room. We're gonna get 20 people, and we're all just gonna spam it.
That's because you actually had to work at it. You didn't have 15,000. You didn't have 15,000 people. Like again, it was even like last fucking time, man. He was running like, yeah, like what, like 5,000, 4,000 people, 4,000 people running through the chat, just typing fucking stupid shit. I didn't do nothing. I'm fucking half retarded. The only thing I could say is the same shit over and over again because my mama gave birth to a club-footed retard.
Is PewDiePie?
Also, my mother is my brother.
One word, yeah, PewDiePie with. I I wonder if PewDiePie of Pornhub is already a Pornhub name that's taken.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm about to check right now.
I'll be all over that shit if it isn't. You fucking live stream on the goddamn weekends. We can do that shit fucking every Saturday.
Let's see. Channels. See. Oh no, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to actually find people on this. Community. Search. But like Ugandan Knuckles is like a good return to the good old school like trolling. Oh, I'm not seeing a PewDiePie of Pornhub as an actual name.
Then it's all fucking good and gone.
Yes, PewDiePie of Pornhub. That doesn't come up either. Somebody's got to just have PewDiePie as their name. Oh, it looks like nobody even. Oh, there's an PewDiePie official. PewDiePie 2017. Oh, yeah, it looks like there are some PewDiePie like accounts, but not PewDiePie of Pornhub. It might even be too many letters. I don't know.
You might want to change a few letters just to make it seem a little inconspicuous.
What do you mean? I want it to be obvious.
And just a few letters, so somebody's looking it up, they'd still see it, but it wouldn't be so obvious.
Well, I want it to be obvious. It's got to be like slapping them in the face. It's like a big dick slap.
Well, I'll tell you that. You're over the fucking limit, dude. I can't help you on that one, then.
I want it to be like so bad that PewDiePie himself actually tries to sue me over it.
I don't think he would. I think he would be like, seems fair. Seems fair.
Just send him pictures of my dick when he like tries to sue me. He'd be like, "Oh, if you're gonna sue me, be prepared to get spammed in my dick."
To be fair, in his defense, it would be like, you're defaming me, but you're really not. And I have no copyright on the PewDiePie claim. It's not like PewDiePie TM like the fucking skeptic thing is.
Oh, username is too long. It won't let me do PewDiePie of Pornhub.
Can you break it up? Do like P-Hub or something like that?
Maybe if I put a 0 for the O. Oh, no, that's even been taken. Oh, that's weak. I don't know. I'll come back and figure something out. Even if I just have to like say that it's PewDiePie. Yeah. Even if I just have to say it on like a description or something. Oh, well. That might be it.
And?
Yeah, I'll figure it out later. There's got to be I feel like there's a niche that's like needs to be filled from the like end of Playboy.
Just wiggle on into that whole article thing.
Just slide my way in when no one's paying attention.
You just sneak in the back door when nobody's looking.
I'm gonna get the media drunk, and then they're gonna wake up, and I'm in bed with them.
And pregnant with that butt baby. It's gonna slip out brown. That was racist. I'm sorry.
No, but I think that that just about wraps up the stream for the night.
I think so. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's a fucking great fucking thing to end on.
I thought you have your outro where you call everyone cunts or something.
There's still a fucking cunt, you fucking cunt. All right. To all of those watching, to all those who may be concerned in the future, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and or night, and or fuck you fucking cunts. Have a good night.
Bye.